Hi, this is Dean O'Dell with 7 Gables Real Estate and the O'Dell Group. Today is January 14th and welcome to a new year. The statistics are in from last year and how this year's starting. And I think this report probably summarizes it best. Blazing beginning. Okay, so we're going to get to the stats and we're going to talk about that. Then we're going to give some advice to the buyers and sellers. So let's get going with the stats. So why is it such a blazing beginning? Okay, let's start by looking at mortgage rates. Look at this chart here that outlines mortgage rates, what they've done all the way back to 2012. You know, mortgage rates obviously play a huge part in affordability for the houses, but you can see how they have fluctuated and where we are now versus just say 2 years ago in 2019 when we started the year at 4.5%. And we were coming off a very slow November and December. But right now, again, historical lows, but I do forewarn you, rates are rising. The 10-year bond, if you follow that, which you should, if you're buying a house, look at the 10-year yield, that is rising. It has risen quite a bit. That we're gonna start seeing rates creep up here throughout the year, and they are predicted to finish somewhere around the 3.4 range, which still is historically wonderful, but a big difference in terms of affordability. Okay, so let's move on to the next chart. Here we go. Here is the crux of the problem. Inventory. Gosh, it seems like we just keep talking about how low inventory is. Well, we don't have a line yet for this 2021, so it's marked with a red dot on here. You can see starting the year at 2,633 homes. If you follow Tustin Talks, you know that I said in December that we're probably going to start right around 2,600. So that was pretty right on. And then if you look at where we were last year at this time, boy, big difference in listings. In 2020, we started the year at 3,901. So we are down a lot. 1,300 homes were down.
Hey, sorry to interrupt this program, but we want to make sure you are subscribed to Tustin Talk, so please click on the subscribe button below. And then if that doesn't work, just go to the odellgroup.com or you can go to youtube.com/Tustin Talks. Now let's get you back to the program.
So let's look how demand has acted over the year. You can see that nice huge V-shaped recovery on the green line from last year. And we're starting the year right now with the red dot at 1,895 homes that went into escrow over the last 30 days. That is still higher than last year's total of 1,434, which is marked with the green line. So that what that means is last year there were 24% less sales than there were over the last 30-day period. Okay, so let's look expected marketing time. So we're starting the red dot again. We're starting at 42 days. We were down to 37 in December, but of course, Christmas, everything else, you know, if you look at historically, it always jumps up just a little bit from December to January. So we are on track with starting at 42 days, which is considered a hot seller's market. Anything under 60 days is a hot seller's market. Let's break down that expected marketing time and demand by price range on this next chart. So what you'll see here is by price range, if you take the first two ranges, let's just say up to $1 million, you add those together, you can see the demand, the share of the demand, if you add those two together, is 72%. If you look at the share of housing available, it's only 47%. Under that $1 million mark, houses are just flying off the market. You can see last year it was taking 58 days to sell a house in that price range. Currently, it's only taking 26 to 29 days, depending on which bracket you're in there. That is a fast-moving market, okay? And I've got a story about that market after we're done here. So then you look at the other price ranges, and you can see they're a little bit more evenly balanced until you get to 2 million. And then you can see at 2 million, there's only 6% demand for 17% of the housing. So think about that. That's almost 3 homes for every 1 buyer. And then if you go over 4 million, it's 12 homes for every one buyer, the 12% versus 1%. And you can see the days on the market. The $2 million to $4 million range is greatly improving this year. You can see the expected marketing time is down to 124 days. Last year it was at 199 days. And you can also see how the $4 million plus range has also improved, but still a lot of excess inventory in that price range where buyers have a little bit more ability to call the shots. Okay, so now we look at the Orange County closed sales over the last 30-day period, year-to-year comparison, and we will see that the homes that closed in 2020 were 3,901 versus last year 2,469. So look at how many more closings there were in December this year versus last year, even with the limited amount of inventory we had. And another reason we're starting out with so few listings in January, because so much of it was absorbed in December. So let's talk about what that means for you, and we will start with the buyers. Okay, buyers, here comes my advice for you. Brutal market, tough market, okay? But there's still a lot of sellers that are overpricing their houses, and those are sitting. Those, obviously, if there's a house that's overpriced that you like, you need to start just making offers and see if the seller will take it. You know, in this market, if houses sit a little bit too long, I mean, everybody knows how hot this market is. It matters what the price range averages are for time on the market. Has there been a price reduction for that price range yet? This is all data that your agent should be getting you. If you don't have an agent that's educating you guys on the listings, then you need to call us, the Odell Group, because we take a close look at that. And here's what I'm worried about for you guys. The inventory is so low relative to the demand, especially under that $1 million price range, that we are seeing multiple offers. Right now, we have a listing that had 60 showings over the weekend. It was under $1 million, and we're already up to 15 offers, okay? So that's brutal, right, as a buyer to try to compete with that. The sad part is there's 60 buyers out there that looked at this house, 15 decide to make offers, and 14 aren't gonna get them. So that just goes to show you how much competition there is out there. You really need an agent that knows what they're doing to represent you on your side. So I know we can help you out there. You know, we've been around for a long time. We got a lot of connections with a lot of these agents. People like to work with people that they know are gonna be professional in the way they work, okay? So they wanna make sure they have somebody that's got a buyer that they can rely upon. So relationships are so important right now for your buyer's agent. So keep that in mind. Sellers, now it's your turn. So sellers, my advice to you is to not get overly confident. I know this is great news. The market's buzzing, things are going, things are great, but I'll tell you what, when you get 15 offers, like I explained to the buyer, you better have the right agent that knows how to handle a situation like that, okay? So we've sold hundreds and hundreds of homes over the last few years. I mean, we are constantly negotiating, working this, that. We have systems, we have processes, we have an organized way of doing business that ensures that you guys are gonna get top dollar, because we're gonna make sure that the buyers that are interested in your property have opportunity to get it, and that they know what they're buying ahead of time, so that we don't get a bunch of back and forth negotiating and escrow, and they don't clip money from you guys in the end and try to get credits. We take all that stuff away by doing all the work on your house up front. And of course, we're gonna help you prep that house if it needs to. We've got full crews. We do everything you've ever seen advertised. You guys are smart enough to know there's no free lunch, okay? Somebody tells you you're gonna do all this stuff for free. Well, of course they're gonna do it for free, because they're gonna charge you a higher commission, right? You know, so we've got all kinds of flexible programs. They're all transparent. So depending on what your needs are, we'll design a program that works for you, and you guys are the boss. It's your house, it's all about you, and the Odell Group will get it done for you. So give us a call, and we'll see you in 2 weeks on Tustin Talks.
Hey, don't forget, the Odell Group is one of the top 10 teams in Orange County. We have sold thousands of homes. So draw from our experience and let us help you out. Subscribe right now and watch our videos to educate yourself, whether you're a buyer, seller, or both. And then visit our website at theodellgroup.com and reach out. And let's get to know each other so we can help you. All right? Thanks. Bye-bye.